What we do here is go back.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mello. So yesterday, ASAP Rocky pleaded not guilty in this case, and it has the internet talking. And to be honest, I didn't even really know this was a thing. I think that I'm just so used to seeing him up under Rihanna that I completely forgot about this whole trial. Thankfully, one of our internet aunties broke it all down, so check this out.
I'm not a lawyer, but ASAP Rocky's criminal trial starts this week. Yes, this ASAP Rocky, and yes, criminal trial, as in he could go to jail. Now, if you're trying to remember or figure out what ASAP caught a case for, let me give you the recap. So police are alleging that on November 6, 2021, ASAP Rocky contacted his former friend and member of the ASAP mob, this guy whose name is Terrell Efron, aka ASAP Relly. The two meet up in Hollywood and have some sort of disagreement. The disagreement seems to stem from ASAP Rocky becoming successful off of ASAP mob, but leaving behind other members of the mob, including a founding member who is struggling, another member who is homeless, and a third member who is living in the projects. So the two have this altercation, and police allege that ASAP Rocky brings out his firearm and then discharges it. Here are some security footage that was shown during the preliminary hearing of Rocky allegedly having a weapon in his hand. Here's some very blurry footage of the incident. It's not you. I attended this in person and still couldn't see. And then here's a clip of what police say are the sounds from when he discharged that weapon. Now, ASAP Relly did suffer some minor injuries to his hand as a result of one of those bullets allegedly grazing his knuckle, but overall he was okay. But as a result of all this, ASAP Rocky is now facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and if convicted, he could be facing over 20 years in prison. So jury selection is starting on Tuesday. It's expected to take a few days to select this jury. And then once opening statements and witness testimony starts, the trial is expected to last 3 weeks. Now, I'm planning to attend the trial in person, so make sure you're following me on all platforms. Okay.
That's kind of ghetto. You got one mob member struggling, the other one's homeless, and then another one's living in the projects. What happened to looking after one another? So that was the recap. Now check out when he went to court and pleaded not guilty.
I'm not a lawyer, but I attended day 1 of jury selection for ASAP Rocky's criminal trial. So let me give you my 3 biggest takeaways from the day. Number 1, the state made a plea deal offer to ASAP that consisted of 180 days in jail, 3 years of probation, a 7-year suspended prison sentence, 52 weeks of anger management, 480 hours of community service, and he'd have to surrender his firearms. And to that, ASAP Rocky leaned into his mic and said, quote, "I respectfully decline." The judge then doubled down, asking if he was sure because you never know what a jury is going to do, and that ASAP won't get any special treatment just because he's an entertainer. And ASAP again leaned into his mic and said, "No, Your Honor." And so the day moved on. Which leads me to the second takeaway, which is that up until now, no one has really known what ASAP Rocky's defense would be. But this morning, we finally got some insight. Before jury selection started, ASAP Rocky's attorney revealed for the first time that on the night of the incident, ASAP Rocky was carrying a prop gun, as in not a real loaded semi-automatic firearm, but a fake one. His attorney went on to say that ASAP Relly, the victim in this case, was actually the aggressor, and Rocky only brought out his prop weapon as a warning to Relly, who was following him, but that Rocky never actually pointed the weapon at Relly at all. Rocky's attorney then tells the court that he plans to call 2 witnesses during the trial. One is a man named Jamel Phillips, aka ASAP 12, who was also there on the day of the incident, and the other witness is a tour manager. And Rocky's attorney says both of these witnesses will testify that Rocky is known to carry a prop weapon as a security measure based on some previous violence and home invasions. But it's worth noting that the state was very upset about this prop weapon defense. They said it was an ambush because the deadline to exchange evidence was 30 days ago, and the defense chose to share their recap of their interview with Jamel Phillips, which contained this prop gun defense, last night. The state also claimed that the defense didn't provide them any actual notes from their interviews of these two witnesses. They instead sent them a bullet-pointed list of takeaways from the interview. After some back and forth, the judge eventually ruled that both sides can address this prop weapon, late disclosure, all of this in their opening statements. Okay, now I'm at the final takeaway from today, which is that some of these prospective jurors were in there not trying to be a juror. At one point, the judge told one person, "Are you just saying this so you can get out of being a juror?" And the juror said yes. Ciao. So the takeaway is, if you get called for jury duty and you can reasonably find a way to do it, you should, because people deserve a jury of their peers, and you are somebody's peer. So show up if you can.
To be honest, I don't know what's gonna come of all this. There seems to be pretty sufficient evidence against him, but ASAP seems pretty confident in his defense. But one thing that I just can't wrap my mind around is why all of these black rappers still choose to do fuckery once they make it out the hood. I mean, they get the wealth, they get the fame, they get out the hood. And a lot of them still just do fuckery. Anyway, here's what people on the streets are saying.
Pop star A$AP Rocky is now facing years behind bars, potentially. His trial is what's trending in true crime this morning as the 36-year-old turned down a sweetheart deal on the eve of his jury selection. Rocky's real name is Rakeem Mayers, and he declined a final offer from Los Angeles prosecutors to spend 180 days in jail. The agreement also included a 7-year suspended sentence and 3 years of probation, but he said no way. The Grammy-nominated rapper is accused of shooting a former friend of his near a Hollywood hotel back in 2021. And so now, if he is convicted, he's looking at a maximum sentence of 24 years in prison. So let's talk about the fact that he turned down the deal. What does it say about the case that Rocky rejected that plea offer? Let's bring in our legal eagles now, former prosecutor and now criminal defense attorney Franz Borchardt and family law attorney Jennifer Brandt are with us. Good morning to you both. All right, what does it say about Rocky? Jennifer, your thoughts, please.
I think it says that Rocky believes that he's innocent. I mean, he says that he was carrying a prop gun, a fake gun, and he didn't shoot anybody, he didn't do anything, and I think he really believes that, because otherwise he probably would have taken the deal, faced with a potentially 24-year sentence, I believe. So it was a good deal, but if you're innocent, then why take a deal at all?
Exactly, Jennifer. Franz, to you next, please. What does it say to you?
So allow me to take the other side of the coin on this one. He needs to really reconsider that decision, rejecting that deal. He is facing some significant jail time, and I don't doubt that he has faith in a system that he believes will not convict an innocent person. And he may, in fact, be truly innocent. He may have, in fact, have a wonderful defense. But 180 days with some suspended time over your head versus possibly spending decades in jail. This is the high stakes table, Julie. And I get really nervous when we start rejecting deals that involve days and we're facing consequences that involve decades. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he's making the right decision on this one.
A$AP Rocky rejects a plea deal offer at the start of his firearm assault trial in Los Angeles. I ain't gonna lie, this is an L lawyer, bro. Because if your lawyer didn't tell you and like coerce you damn near to take this deal, bro, they was only going to give this dude 6 months in jail for shooting his friend in the hand. He said, nah, I'm good. And then they dropped after he rejected the plea deal, they went and dropped the video, and the video shows him with a gun and is doing a shooting gesture at his friend. So, I mean, bro, they got damning evidence, bro. Like, you at least had a firearm, bro. Like, come on, bro. You should have definitely took that deal. But I was doing a little research, and A$AP Rocky was in jail before. He had a hard time in Rikers, I ain't gonna lie. They were trying to extort him and all that until he bumped into Casanova, and Casanova took him under the wing and made sure he shot a fair fight in the bathroom. Remember that story he was talking about, how he was slipping on semen? No Diddy? So he don't want to relive that.
The collective thought seems to be the same. Turning that plea deal down wasn't too smart. I mean, honestly, we'll just have to see how it all plays out. All I know is if this doesn't go the way he plans, this is exactly how it's going to be when he calls his sons in a few years.
Hello?
Riley, is that you? Put your brother on, it's an emergency.
What's the emergency?
I'm in jail.
Don't drop the soap.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if that's okay too. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. Now, what do you think about A$AP Rocky pleading not guilty? Do you think he'll be off the hook, or do you think he'll have to do some time? And as always, if you're not already, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I'll catch you all on the next one.